The days of Brits winning back-to-back Grand Tours are behind us, but riders like Matty, Brennan and Oscar Onley are leading a charge of young, world-class British talent sweeping through the peloton. But the road to the top of the sport isn't quite as clear-cut as it used to be for up-and-coming British riders. The complete disappearance of any British Conti teams and the closing of the GB cycling team's senior road academy has led to some riders taking pretty unusual routes to the pro ranks. So how did the best current British riders in the men's peloton get to where they are now? Let's dive in. According to Pro Cycling Stats, Ben Turner was the 10th best British pro in 2025. The 26-year-old Ineos Grenadiers rider scored the biggest win of his career at La Vuelta by outsprinting Jasper Philipsen a couple months back. It's not bad at all. Like many young riders, Ben started out in the muddy world of cyclocross. In fact, he only stopped doing a full calendar of World Cup events in 2022 after achieving a very respectable 13th at the same World Championships that Tom Pidcock won. Turner still got a decent amount of road racing under his belt as a junior, but his first big move was to Corendon Circus in 2018 to be teammates with none other than Matthew van der Poel. His big road transfer to Ineos came after a strong 2021 road season that saw him put together solid performances at French UCI races and the national championships. Lewis Askey has made a name for himself as a capable classic sprinter, grabbing his first and second pro wins this year. The 24-year-old FDJ rider has been with a French outfit since signing their dev team for the 2020 season as a first-year under-23, and he'll be joining NSN Cycling for 2026. Lewis impressed on the European Junior circuit with a win at Paris-Roubaix and multiple top fives, and more importantly perhaps to me, a big win at the Junior Tour of Wales, one of the iconic races on the junior calendar here in the UK. National champ Sam Watson is the same age as Askey, and he's also raced with FDJ for 3 seasons. But his route to the top was slightly different. Instead of moving abroad straight after juniors, Sam raced with GB's own Team Inspired. The now closed road academy strive to develop talents like Sam into World Tour riders in a similar way that a commercial team would. Watson completed a few road seasons full of European races, but also competed in a few Nat Bs and National Circuit Series crits, including a 4th at Onley in 2021. He'd actually go back to Onley and Ilkley as an FDJ dev rider in 2022 and finished 3rd and 1st respectively. Fred Wright is one of the many talented riders to come out of the Southwest London Herne Hill gang. The soon-to-be Q365 man raced with the VCL team as a junior before also moving to the GB Academy team, then called 100% Me. As an aside, this 2018 team was absolutely stacked. You had a Bostock, Hayter, Wright, Tullett, Walls and Stewart, which is absolutely wild for a Conti dev team. Wright went straight to the World Tour after that with a short spell at CCC before his 6-year run with Bahrain victorious. After a tricky few years with Alpecin and Ineos, Ben Tullett is enjoying a breakout year with Visma in 2025. The 24-year-old was invaluable for Vingegaard's Vuelta victory, and he's strung together some great Italian classic results, including 6th at the Giro dell'Emilia. Like Turner, Ben initially focused on cross before his transition to road back in 2020. And his junior Palmeiras is genuinely one of the best that I can remember. Back-to-back world cyclocross titles, a road title and a national title. It's taken a while for a road team to really get the best out of Ben, but whatever Visma's doing is working. At 33 years old, Adam and Simon Yates are literally from a different generation compared to those I've already mentioned. Nowadays, they are rightfully known as being 2 of the strongest Grand Tour riders in the world. But back in 2010, when they were breaking onto the scene, they were winning world and national track titles together. Both of them stepped into the World Tour at the same time in 2014 with Orica Greenedge, but their routes were slightly different. Simon seemed to lean slightly more towards the track racing. He took a world title home as a junior in the Madison with Dan Leclerc, and he even took a world title in a points race as a senior. Adam raced on the track too, and he claimed a national junior title in the Madison with his brother Simon, but he spent most of his pre-World Tour days racing in France, eventually peaking as a runner-up at the Tour de l'Avenir. Adam also spent a lot of time on the road and finished 10th in that same tour before grabbing 3rd at the Tour of Britain that year. Also, cool fact, we share the same birthday. 2 years ago, sprinting sensation Matty Brennan was racing for Fensham Howes Mass Design, the same junior team that Sam Watson, Max Poole and Lucas Naroka rode for. Matty's journey to the World Tour looks the most straightforward out of all the riders on this list. And that isn't really surprising. He had a string of top-class junior results that earned him his move to the Visma development team in 2024 before a final step up this year to the senior team. What is surprising, however, is Brennan's 12 wins in his debut pro season. And the comparisons with Mark Cavendish have been earned and extremely common this year. We can see why. For many, Oscar Onley exploded onto the scene at this year's Tour de France by finishing just off the podium in 4th. However, behind this result are years of slowly growing into the potential Grand Tour winner that we have today. The Scottish rider spent his junior years riding for SWPix Racing, which is an iconic grassroots team that's produced some top-level talent like Callum Thornley, Mark Stewart and Finn Crockett, to name a few. Oscar also spent time racing in France with the AG2R development squad before a jump to DSM's dev team for the 2021 season. With a 3rd place on GC at the Crow race under his belt, he finally jumped to the World Tour squad in 2023. Finally, Tom Pidcock was a star from a very early age, and it was very much a matter of when and not if he would start winning at the top of the sport. Tom spent time on a few teams through his junior years and early under 23 years, favouring race experience before making that final leap to Ineos in 2021. But his most impactful time for me has to be his time spent with Team Wiggins. Watching the young Pidcock rip up the National Crit Series every week is stunning. And there's not much that hasn't been said about Pidcock over the years, and in fact we have a whole video talking about him. So if you want to see the 5 times that Tom Pidcock shocked the cycling world before he was famous, you can watch that video here. Thanks for watching, and if you learned something new today, like and subscribe for more content following the British scene.